Okay, so one of the things that I want you to take a look at is I want you to go and research, just go into Google, research Zentangle patterns. So I searched up Zentangle patterns and then I found a whole bunch of these images. And what the best way to see them really well is to click on the image and then it'll come up over here, right? And when you click on the image, then you can right click and go to open image in new tab and it'll open up. Now that one is really too small, so I'm not going to use that. But I did that and I opened a couple of others that I'm going to show you. So search for Zentangle patterns, then right click. Let's see if we can find a better one. We'll right click, we'll click and then we'll right click here, open image in new tab and see if we get a better, yeah, see, look how it makes it nice and big so you can see. So I want you to see some of these patterns because some of these are not going to work for you. Okay, so I want you to find patterns that you can fill with color. So if you look at these circles right here, you can fill all of these little circles in color and they're not going to spill out anywhere. And this pattern here, you can fill this in with color. It's not going to spill out. But if you look at this, we have some solid pieces. And then we have kind of line work, and this one really isn't going to work. And this looks like they just cut and paste some other pattern from somebody else anyway. This doesn't even look hand drawn. So this doesn't really have too many good examples. This one might be okay. Let's take a look at some others. So if you look at these, a lot of these are really great. But I want you to take into consideration one thing, and I don't want to see anybody turning this in or you're going to have to do it over. And I know you don't want to have to do it over, right? So if you see this pattern here with all the little bubbles, there's no black filled in. But if you look at these flowers here, they've colored in some of this. Do not color in anything. You can draw this pattern, but when you want to fill this with color, you're going to do it on your computer, not on the hand-drawn part. So this checkerboard here, up here, you're not going to fill in the checkerboard. So you might draw this on your quad as a design, but you are not going to fill this in. So when you put it into Photopea, you might color this blue and you might color this green. You might alternate the colors with some other color. So do not color it in with black or fill it in with your pencil on any designs that you draw. Like all of this here, just leave it open. Okay, let's see what others we have. So here's another thing. See these lines right here? They cannot just be open like this because if you dump color, it's only going to be one color. Everything needs to touch the line. And I will be doing later a demo of that. But for now, for this assignment, I want you to just look at some Zentangles and I want you to just go research and find some different ones. Because see these guys right here, there's just one line and you can only color this one color. Same with this, if you look at this, it's just like a square spiral type thing. So if you dump in the color, it's all going to be the same color, except for in between where these lines touch. The lines have to touch the edge. And again, all this places where there's black filled in, do not fill in anything with pencil or black. Okay, so here, this one's not very good. It looks kind of like fuzzy something. This isn't going to look very nice. I wouldn't pick this because it's just a lot of lines and then the color, it'll be really hard to fill the color in nicely on something like this. So think more about doing something like this. No, this one, look how messy this is. Like, I want you to take your time. See where that line is not touching? If you dump this color and that color, it would spill over. So you always have to make sure your lines are touching. This is a really bad example right there. But this is good. This is mostly good. I see some of the lines aren't touching. They went a little quickly on here. This is a good one. Again, this one has some filled in black. Do not do that. Okay, so what you're going to do for this assignment is first you should watch the intro to Quadrilateral Symmetry Project. So you can see basically what it's going to be. And then I want you to look at Zentangles to get ideas of how you're going to fill the spaces in your drawing. Okay, so you're probably looking at those quadrilateral, we just call it the quad project. You're looking at all those quads and they look really, really highly detailed. And you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to think of all those ideas? Well, that's where this comes in, right? Research is always helpful. So I want you to research Zentangle patterns, and then I want you to do a little practice. So I'm going to make a little video of how you can do a little practice. And then that's what I want you to do for the first part of the week. And then I want you to get started on drawing your 2 pencil drawings, and I will make another video for that. So this is for the first assignment.